Hello, hello. Sorry, we are a little late tonight. How is everybody? Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Style. Yeah, a couple of minutes behind. Hi, Nathan, Judy, and Rich. Hello. Hey. How is everybody? Angel, I see you. Okay, let me see here. Whoa, 32. Ori Painham, hello. Hey, hey, hey. How is everybody? Ethan, hello. Style, he's 1 minute late. I'm a little bit behind today. I'm trying to get everything done. I'm trying to keep myself from having to go off camera too much. So it took me a little bit extra time to try to get everything, all organized here before I went live. Nathan, thank you. 25K, thank you. Lisa D, hey, how are you? Nicholas, hi. Michael, hi. Zachary, hi. White, hello. Zachary, your channel is growing so fast. I know, it's crazy. Jordan, hi, Historic Travels. I love your videos. Thank you. Hello. Hi, Padme. Welcome back. I see you. Hey, Georgia. 1 second, Georgia. There we go. All right, Georgia, as we talked about earlier, I gave you moderator ability for the live stream. So thank you for your help. Andre, hello. Hello. Tyler, hello from Australia. Well, hello from West Virginia. Man, that's crazy. I'm talking to people from Australia. That's incredible. The cutting room floor. How are you, Sam? I'm doing good. Another day. Very nice day. Ori Painham. Yeah, our Discord went live, so Ori Painham just posted the link to the Discord. Judy and Rich, what are you going to do for your next video? That is part 2 to my conspiracies video. Everybody in the chat, just a curious question. My last video, did it show up in any of your guys' homepage? Because it didn't show up. I have a secondary channel, so it doesn't look like YouTube pushed that video or announced it right. So if you didn't know, I have a video covering Titanic conspiracies, and it's going to be part 2 of that video, and it's going to cover the switch theory. So the switch theory is coming. No, yes, no. See, it's just like YouTube didn't promote it. Like I have a secondary YouTube channel that is just what I use to watch videos. It's not like I don't publish anything on it. So, and I noticed that the video didn't show up on the homepage on that channel. So, I guess for whatever this time, YouTube didn't push this video, right? But whatever. That happens sometimes. That also happened with my wreck video, talking about the wreck of the Titanic, like amazing artifacts. YouTube didn't push that either. So what about the live stream? I'm assuming it showed up okay. Sir Titanic Hat, will you do a video about the Nazi Titanic film? Ooh, that is a good idea, because that film is actually widely forgotten about. To those of you who don't know, during the Second World War, the Nazis actually made a propaganda film talking about the Titanic. I've never seen it, but that would make an interesting video. That would be a very interesting video. Ethan, will you do a video on the Titanic's electrical system and if any fires broke out during the sinking? Well, there were no electrical fires. The only fire was the coal fire. A dedicated video talking about the electric. Well, I'm not an electrician, so that would be really challenging. It would depend on how the context of that video would go, because I already did make a video talking about how the power stayed on for a while, even while the Titanic was sinking. So kind of along those lines. But if you're talking about like the different voltages and stuff, I'd have to do a lot of research because I'm no electrician. Mink. Oh, okay. And all right, got you, Ori Painham. All right, good. He's good. C.J, you're growing so fast. Thank you. Ori Painham, by the way, Georgia is going to be a moderator as well on the Discord. So Samantha, what if Titanic sunk during the day? Would the California have seen it? Most definitely. If Titanic would have sunk during the day, then it would have been seen, and also they would have heard the Titanic's distress call. So, Thomas, you're the best. Thank you. Marathon page. Ori Pan, thanks. See you soon. All right, have a later, Ori Pan. Yes, new mods. We're keeping along. We're moving along. Roblox. How did the Titanic break into? Just from the angle. The angle, it went up so high that it put too much strain on the hull, and the ship just split. That's the quick way. But the Titanic was never designed to raise at an angle like that, and the ship just broke in half. Hey, our first super chat for the evening. Thank you so much from L. Chris. Have you ever heard of the SS Eastland disaster that killed 800 in Chicago River in 1915? And I think, and how it's a key to the formation of the. No, I have not heard of that. I take that back. I feel like I've heard the name before, but I didn't know anything about it. But I will do some research, and that may make a good video. Thank you so much, El Chris, and thank you for the $5. El Chris, everybody. And the SS Eastland. I'm putting that in my notes, everybody. I can't see the chat for just a second while I put this in. SS Eastland. And that is from El Chris. All right. When I make that video, you've got a shout out. Thank you so much. All right, I'm back. Okay. Gaming Kitchen. Hello. Mr. T. Ever been to Cape Race? I have not been to Cape Race, but I would really like to. Let's see. Simon, what if Titanic's watertight bulkheads had went up to B deck? Then it would have been a similar situation to Britannic. If Titanic's watertight doors had went up to B deck, then, maybe she could have survived. I can't pronounce your first name, but I'll go Williams. Can you do a video on what if the Titanic never sank? That is on my list already, to make a video about what would happen if the Titanic never sank. But, if Titanic hadn't went down, Mr. T, I'm from Cape Race, that's awesome. If it hadn't went down, I think some kind of a Titanic incident would have happened eventually that would have made everybody change. It would have just been another ship, Saw hack. What if Lusitania struck an iceberg? Would it stay afloat? Most definitely. Despite what everybody thinks, it wasn't the torpedo that doomed the. It was the torpedo that doomed the Lusitania. But when the torpedo hit the that's falling apart. Anyway, when the torpedo hit the Lusitania, the ship rocked a little bit, but nothing that badly happened. And then when the secondary explosion went off, that's when the Lusitania developed a very strong list and started to rapidly sink. Whatever that secondary explosion was, that's what did it. Alex, hi Sam. I'm late because the stream is earlier than I thought. What? It's always this time. Chronic, Sam, are you ready for spring? Most definitely. But actually, it's actually been a little cold. It's like hot during the day, but cold at night. I took Rosie to the park today, and when I was not looking, of course, there's this big mud puddle that's by the main road that we walk on, and she just went into the mud puddle. So I had to give her another bath. I had to give her a bath yesterday, and I gave her a light one today because she would track mud throughout my house. And in case y'all are wondering, she's in the other room, sound asleep right now. The cutting room floor, will you do a video on the SS American? I believe we've already talked about that. The SS American, isn't it the sister to the United States? SS American ship. Yeah, that's a sister ship to the United States, I believe. But yeah, I might make a dedicated video about that. The United States would definitely be first. Tyler, what is your favorite ship? Please answer. My favorite ship. My favorite ship. My favorite ship. Queen Mary. I'm joking. Titanic's my favorite ship, but I really like Queen Mary. ZGG, what is the V-break theory? I believe that it was just that theory that the Titanic broke in half on the surface and just kind of split right down the middle and then just dropped based on a drawing that Jack Thayer drew. It's ridiculous. The cutting room floor, such a tease. Oh, come on, I'm a jokester. Y'all know this by now. I am a natural jokester. Let's see. Ryan, hey, it's me from Discord. Hello. Lisa D, you should do a video on the D.B. Cooper. I've actually never heard of that. I will look into that. D.B. Cooper, Lisa D. D.B. Cooper. Is it the man who hijacked an airplane? Is that what you're talking about, Lisa? The man who hijacked an airplane? The cutting room floor. I saw your sister's last meal video. It was amazing. Oh, thank you. That reminds me, everybody. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, I am actually going to post a link to that right now. Thank you so much for reminding me about that in the chat, Rachel. So my sister made a video covering the last meal that was on the Titanic. And I was a guest on her channel in it. She made the video for me and everything. Anyway, so here is her link. I just sent you guys a link to her vid channel. She is really close to 1,000 subscribers, and she's at like 880 subs. So how amazing would it be if we could just push her over the 1,000 subscriber threshold tonight? If you guys haven't subscribed to her yet, go check that out. She's got an awesome channel. I would love that to be like a little surprise for her if we could get her over 1,000 subs tonight. But that's her link if you guys would like to go check it out, because she is so close. Incapable Cookie. Hey, Sam, what happened to the funnels on the Titanic? They broke off during the sinking, and since they were made of a very thin metal, you know, I just figured they would just erode it over time. You know, they just kind of broke apart. Isaiah, hello, can you do 9/11? 9/11 is, that's a complicated topic to talk about. There's so much to that. And it's kind of recent, so I'm more of it is history, but I'm more of, you know, ancient history, but I don't know. We might get to 9/11 eventually. It's a crazy story and a horrible disaster. Let's see. Rizia? I can't say your name. Sam, were you going to do a video on the Aquitania? Yes, I am going to get to the Aquitania at some point. It's one of those ships that not that many people know about. From Dean, where do you get your ship models? From Titanic, Honor, and Glory. They have a store where you can go online and just click a link and you can buy them. Just be warned, it takes forever to get them in. A little bit over a year, actually, if you want them hand painted. These are all 3D printed, and my Titanic, it's mass broke. So, but yeah, they're amazingly detailed, 1/1000 scale models. It's phenomenal detail. It's just, I wish they would be a little bit faster in production. But anyway, I've got Titanic. I've got Lusitania with a messed up mass. And I've got Britannic with a slightly bent mass. But I use them for my videos, so they get a little bit of wear and tear. It's just what happens sometimes. Inner, Historic Travels, hi, it's me, Shiptails, just letting you know. Oh, well, you changed your name, Shiptails. Jose, have you ever heard of Seawise University? That would be the RMS Elizabeth. Was that the, wait, Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth? That's the Queen Elizabeth after they changed the name. Whoa, $20 super chat from, I'm sorry if I don't say this right, Kesver. I'm sorry if I don't say that right. Hello, Sam. I absolutely love your content, and I know I'm not the only one here who does. Thanks for keeping the memory of the people who perished and served aboard these ships alive. Keep making great content, my friend. Thank you so much, man. And thank you so much for the super chat. That really means a lot. And hey, come into the Discord. Everybody here, come check out the Discord. I'd love to talk to all of you guys. I'm not the most active on there, but when I am there, I love to socialize. So come on in and check it out. And thank you again so much for the 20. That's awesome. Obi-Wan, hello everybody. Obi-Wan. Hello. Paul, why could not the engineers stop the flooding in, you say engine 6, but I'm assuming you mean boiler room 6. It was just too bad. You know, I mean, they had to, I know they didn't have to abandon the room immediately, but it was just the scale of the iceberg impact was just too much and they couldn't contain it. And then by the time they moved backwards, there was actually a breach in boiler room 5, which delayed them. It wasn't that bad of a breach, but it was still a breach. You know, I really believe that if boiler room 5 had not been compromised and they didn't have to spend time in there working to try to prevent the ship from flooding in that compartment, I think that they could have ran hoses from the back of the ship to the front where boiler room 6 was, maybe delay the sinking, you know, because what doomed Titanic was when boiler room 6 flooded. Until that happened, you know. Guess, do you think Britannic was overloaded with boats? It did have a lot of boats on it, but hey, they saved lives. And with those, sorry, buddy. With those new gantry davits, it worked great. For those of you who don't know, a gantry davit is the davits like this. You see, the Britannic had these cranes, which helped them actually be more efficient at lowering lifeboats. And they're officially called gantry davits. And that's how the Britannic was able to launch so many boats so quickly. You can see they had so many boats just like piled on top of each other. So these davits were basically like cranes. They saved lives. Gail, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, Dale. Or Gail. Pigeon, what was the water flow rate of, don't quote me on this. I think it was 250 tons an hour for the pumps, I think. If anybody knows in the chat, let me know. I believe it depends on the pumps. Bilge pumps, it's something like that. Titanic Lover, $5, thank you. Video topic that might get, demonetized, that's honey. Guns of the Titanic. Where were they kept? Who had access? Did the officers actually shoot passengers? Now, as far as I know, the White Star Line did not issue guns. Some of the officers did have pistols and weapons that night, but I believe they brought them on board themselves. I don't think the White Star Line issued weapons, and I don't believe Titanic had an assortment of weapons on board. I could be wrong, but that's something I've never researched. Let's see. Rick, hey Sam, last time I watched you were at 18K. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Fire, what do you think happened to the dogs after the sinking of the Titanic? As far as I know, only man, I'm coughing tonight. As far as I know, only 3 dogs survived. I believe it was John Jacob Astor who went down and freed the dogs from the kennel. But as far as I know, only 3 actually made it to lifeboats. Ugh, I can't talk tonight. Mocha, streamer's best friend. Mocha is like my drink. I love mocha. All right, actor, do you think they should raise the Titanic to preserve for the future generations or left to disappear? Well, number one, they can't raise the Titanic. It's just in such horrible condition. You know, it's rapidly deteriorating. There's structural collapse like crazy. I think if anything, they just need to bring up artifacts, you know, and because we're losing the Titanic so fast, my opinion on them retrieving artifacts has definitely changed. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said just recover stuff from the seafloor because that's what they've been doing. They never brought anything up that was inside the ship, but we're losing the Titanic. If we don't save stuff, then that history is going to be lost. MK, what do you think happened to the Estonia? Well, the Estonia, for those of you who don't know, the Estonia was a cargo ferry that was in rough weather. Cargo ferry. It was a passenger ferry that had cars on it, and basically it had one of those on the bow of the Estonia. It had a cargo hatch that could actually lower and open, and that's how they brought cars on board. And it was in a bad storm, and that cargo hatch, I believe, it got knocked completely off, and that caused the ship to sink. Brent, I agree. They need to recover objects from inside the ship. Yep. Lisa L, is there a particular part of the design of the Titanic that you don't like and why? A particular part of the Titanic's design that I don't like? To be honest, I've never really thought about it. I mean, the Titanic's a beautiful ship and there's a lot to it. I'll have to get back to you on that because I've never really considered a part of the ship that I don't really like. Titanic was very revolutionary for the time. Georgia, I suggest keeping an eye out on the community page because YouTube's notifications tend not to show up. Hilla, it's soon 109 from when the Titanic sank. That's true. And I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do for the anniversary. Hey, another super chat. $5. Thank you. The only man 9319. Why did the Mauritania have so many of those elbow vent ports on top? What do they do? And why was it the only ship of an era that had so many? Oh man, you really stumped me on that one. I'm not an expert in those ships like the Lusitania, the Mauritania, the Aquitania, but I know what you're talking about. Those ships definitely did have a lot of those ventilation things or whatever they were for. But to answer your question, I don't really know. I'd have to research that. I wish I could answer your question a little bit better, but thanks for the $5. Thanks for the super chat. I'm not an expert in those ships by any means. If anybody knows the answer to his question, please leave it in the comments below or please leave it in the chat. Katie, love the videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Why didn't the Titanic's wheel come off on impact? Well, as far as I know, the wheel did erode over time. As far as the wheel mechanism, I guess it was just solid. It was in the metal, not just the wood. Because remember, the Titanic's deck, while it was made of wood, there's metal underneath. So I'm guessing it was bolted to that. Another, whoa. 2 huge super chats. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Chronic, $20. Thank you. Sam, I'm excited to tell you that tonight I'm premiering my first video on my channel. My content's going to cover topics from dark events to stalkers to disappearances. I now see the effort it takes to create content. It does. It's a lot of work. And Chronic, please, after this, I don't post in the chat what time it's going to go live because I want to watch that. Put a link in the comments for this video. And everybody, let's go check out Chronic's video together. Chronic, thank you so much for the 20, man. And welcome a new content creator. Everybody, welcome Chronic as a new YouTuber. And we got another super chat, 50 from Trevor. Wow, thanks, Trevor. Thank you, everybody. Could Titanic have survived if Boiler Room 5 didn't flood? An idea I had is if they had opened the coal bunker door purposely, but with powerful pumps from the interim, would the pressure still have destroyed the bunker wall? Ooh. Okay, I got to dive into this one. Essentially, my theory is, you see, Titanic could survive with the first 4 compartments breached, not 5. And under the iceberg's impact, 6 opened up, including Boiler Room number 6, which was the 5th compartment, and Boiler Room 5 was the 6th. But now Boiler Room 5 only had a small tear in a coal bunker, very, very small tear. And it didn't flood for a long time, and Boiler Room 6 was very badly compromised. So I actually discussed this in another video. But essentially, Trevor, I think you're more or less right. If Boiler Room 6 was as far back as the iceberg damage went, if that room flooded, Titanic was doomed. There was nothing they could do after Boiler Room 6 flooded that could save the ship. However, if Boiler Room 5 had not been compromised, I think it's possible that, you see, the Titanic's pumps were not that well laid out. You know, there was only one pump in the front of the ship, and that was in Boiler Room 6. But it flooded so rapidly, they bailed. The rest of the pumps were located in the back of the ship towards the engine room. So they would have to run hoses from the back of the ship to the front of the ship. So I think you're right. You know, maybe even if Boiler Room 5's coal bunker, you know, maybe if they would have just opened it up and ran a hose in there to keep the water at bay, that would have worked, because keeping that door shut, that's probably why the coal bunker collapsed, is just because the water built up. But if you go a step further and run those hoses past Boiler Room 5, assuming it's not flooding, and go into Boiler Room 6, maybe they could have kept that room from flooding a little while longer, at least. I mean, who's to say? But I covered that in one of my what if videos. Like, would it have been possible to save the Titanic? Anyway, both of you guys, everybody here, thank you so much for the super chats. That's awesome. Red Bear, hey Sam, can you make a video on the Lusitania if the torpedo had struck in the middle? A what if video about Lusitania? What do you guys think? Would you guys like a what if scenario on other shipwrecks? Like what if on Lusitanias? What if Britannic? Would you guys like those kind of videos? I need a drink. Tyler, you should make a gaming channel. I've thought about it, but I'm not that big into, like, I don't play games anywhere near as much as I used to. Yes. Yes, what if the Titanic never sank? That is something that I'm going to do eventually. What ifs are always amazing, yes. Whew. Movie Maker, would you ever do a video on the Bismarck sinking? Excuse me. Yes, I am going to cover the Bismarck at some point. Ryan, do you get seasick? No. I do not get seasick. I've been on several cruises and none of them have bothered me, but I haven't been in really, really rough weather. If any of you know what a game called Sea of Thieves is, just the water going up and down in that game, that made me a little queasy, but that game is really extreme. Johnny, Sam, I managed to make it to the stream. Hello, Johnny, and welcome. It's Johnny from the Discord. Hello, Johnny. Tommy, have you ever visited a Titanic museum? I have. I've been to several. Sawhack, does Lusitania's compartment design for a ship... Wait. Does Lusitania's compartment designed for the ship to be rolled sideways? I guess you're meaning, like, was the design of Lusitania the reason that it rolled? I mean, ships just roll. That doesn't really have anything to do with the way the ship is designed. I had no idea. I love that name. How did the Grand Staircase come up with the glass around it? Well, here's the deal with the Grand Staircase, that I got a little bit more insight into it later. And I really think that the Grand Staircase was a two-part affair. You see, after I made my Grand Staircase video, I think it's possible that the top part of the staircase broke up like we saw in the film. And I do think the dome and everything around here collapsed. But now remember, guys, this is just guesswork because there was no one alive in the Grand Staircase. I think that the top part of the Grand Staircase did float up, but then I think it broke apart into smaller fragments. I don't think it all came out as one big piece. I think it floated and just broke apart. And I think other parts broke and went down. So I think it all came out bit by bit at a time. And then this part right here, I think it just got ripped off as well due to the flooding and the implosion. So I think it was a two-part affair. I don't think the entire staircase was like floating at the surface. Someone would have definitely seen that. And I just saw another super chat. Lewis, $2. Thank you. Would you go down to see Titanic if you could? Absolutely. That's a question for everybody here. How many people in this chat would go down and see Titanic if they had the chance? Would you all do that? Johnny, if you need anyone to moderate this chat, as usual, I'd be happy to help. All right, Johnny, I'll let you know. I like to talk to people that I know personally, or not, well, personally, but people who I've actually spoken to outside of chats and stuff to moderate. So just join the Discord and we can talk. Yes, nah. Come on. Well, come on. I guess Titanic is pretty deep. Titanic's one of those things where you'd have to. It's a risk going down there. That's for darn sure. Red, no way too scary. Spider-Man, hello Sam. You know, I believe I don't think it was Park Stevenson. It might have been Park Stevenson, but somebody went down the Titanic recently, and he said that actually the best way to look at the ship is actually through cameras, because he showed some photos. Was it Park Stevenson? Anyway, but he showed some pictures of the ship like through his submarine porthole, and you could barely see the Titanic. Isaac, I would, but my mom is terrified of the ocean. Listen, the ocean is a scary place. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever been on a cruise, but when I went on a cruise, I had a balcony, and it's really freaky. Like when you walk out on deck, and you look out at the sea at night, it's just black out there. And I mean, it feels like death. Like it's a little eerie looking at the ocean at night. It makes me really think about what the people on Titanic were feeling, like just pitch black sea. And the water just slowly, just think about it from people's, passengers on Titanic's perspective. The ocean's pitch black, there's no moon, and the ship is just slowly going down. You're just watching the ocean slowly coming up towards you, and then the stern slowly rising. I mean, just think about how horrifying that would be. And then the lights were dimming. Chronic, $2, thank you. Ever lose a video when you were almost done? Well, I have not lost a video yet, but I'm telling you, when my whole copyright incident happened. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, Paramount Pictures actually released most of my copyright claims. So they said the videos are okay now. So I believe out of all the videos on my channel, only 2 are still messed up. But yeah, that's good. Fire, why did the Britannic not capsize? It did capsize. Not till the very end, but it did. Trevor, would you ever sail on the Titanic too? I get that question all the time. I'm not crazy about them building a Titanic too, because you got to think the Titanic is it's so small by today's standards. I think they're just trying to capitalize on the name Titanic. But if they offered it to me, I'd probably go check it out. Dr. Pat, do you own a submergible Titanic model? Oh gosh. Okay, for those of you who don't know, there's actually this really cool submergible Titanic model that I had it when I was a kid, and it actually sinks. But now I can't find it. You know, it's just one of those things that just got lost over time. And I've looked around at my parents' house whenever I go over there, and I just can't find it. But those models are worth what, $1,000 now. It's insane. Germanster, Germ 91. The pitch black night is why people are rarely recovered when people jump off cruise ships. Yeah, that's true. To anybody who's new here, I'm going to post the link again because I'm trying to help out my sister. This is my sister's YouTube channel. Me and her made a video covering the last meal on the Titanic, and she is really close to 1,000 subscribers. So I would love to push her over that 1,000 subscriber threshold tonight. So if you guys haven't subscribed to her, go check out her channel. And if you like it, please subscribe to her. She would be thrilled if we hit 1,000 subs on there tonight. Codename Crazy. Hello, Sam. How are you? I'm doing good. Captain, what do you think of Half-Life? For those of you who don't know, Half-Life's a video game. I've actually never played it. Nicholas, do you know about the Princess Sophia ship story? It's really interesting. I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Princess Sophia. I'm going to look that up real quick. Let's see. Princess Sophia. Here. Princess Sophia ship. Princess Sophia is a steel-built passenger liner in the coast Surrey that was one of the 4 familiar ships. I do not know about that ship. Did it sink? I saw a quick picture of it. It looks like a small ship. Let's see. The cutting room floor. Would you ride Britannic too? Haha. Yeah, I'd check it out. Anybody in the UK? Maybe you all can answer this question. There's actually, I've heard that there's a real functioning still, I think it used to be a cargo ship, but apparently there's still a steamship in the UK. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a functioning steamship. I believe it sails out of Southampton. Does anybody know what that ship is called? Paxton, hi Sam, are you still thinking about my video idea? Paxton, can you remind me on what your video idea was? Sawhack, can you cover Chernobyl? And have you ever watched a HBO Chernobyl series? I have not. I've heard it's amazing, but Chernobyl is definitely on my list. Inner history, Sam, I'm getting close to 30 subs. That's awesome. Congrats. Listen, to those of you who have never started a YouTube channel, the first 100 subs is the most brutal. Mark, SS Shield Hall. Yeah. I think that's it. The SS Shield Hall. That sounds about right. But the first 100 subscribers is definitely the most brutal. Yeah, SS Shield Hall, SS Shield Hall. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I saw a video of that ship, and it's definitely interesting. I really want to go check it out. But yeah, to anybody who's thinking about starting up a YouTube channel and going for it, the first 100 subs is definitely the most brutal. It's definitely the hardest because you got to keep yourself motivated. You don't see a lot of results right away. But guys, just keep going for it. And the best tip that I can give new subscribers or new creators is to post videos on other platforms like Facebook. Like I'm a member of Titanic forums on Facebook, and I posted videos there all the time. And that's how I got started. So just if you want to be a creator, keep working on it, keep going for it. And when you get to 100, then all of a sudden it gets a little bit easier. Then you go to 200. Then it gets a little bit easier. The first 100's the hardest. First 1,000's hard. And then after that, I think it starts to get a little bit easier. Jose, $1. Thank you. Inner history, I'm 5 away. Awesome. Faye, I watched some of your sister's videos and subscribed. She is very charming. Oh, thank you. I told her that our Captain Sam told us to get on board. That's awesome. Thank you. Tim, can you cover the Titan model? It's on my list. Was the Titanic disaster predicted? That's what that video is going to be. Obi-Wan, what would have happened if Olympic sank after striking that ship in 1911? They probably would have made some major design changes to Titanic. That might have actually kept the Titanic from sinking. Fairly certain. Well, that's interesting. Because the Titanic was delayed a bit because of the whole Olympic throwing the propeller blade, I believe. And if the Olympic had sunk, maybe then that would have kept the Titanic from having to be delayed. So then the iceberg actually wouldn't be in the spot where the Titanic was. So maybe the Titanic would have hit the iceberg. I'm not going down that can of worms. Holy crap. See, this is what happens to those what if is. That actually might make a good what if video. What if the Olympics sank? What would that have done? That's actually a really good idea. Would you guys like that to be a what if video? What if the Olympic had sunk after the collision with the Hawk? Would you guys like that video? I think that'd be a very fun video. Don, hello. I'm a huge fan. I really like to watch your videos. Thank you. Wait, I lost it. Because I'm a huge Titanic fan. Oh, that's awesome. Ethan, question. What about a video detailing all the differences between Britannic and her sisters? Ooh, that'd be a good video. Talking about the differences between Britannic and all. That'd be a good video. Yes. Do it. Yes. Let's see. Yes, that's a cool idea. Thank you. All right. We got another video topic. That video will come soon. The next video is going to be the switch theory, but that'll come soon. Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, guys, give me just a second. I'm going to step off camera for a second. I need to shut a window. It's getting dark. Just a second, guys. All right, I'm back. Dr. Pat, what year did the White Star Line go out of business? I'm not sure exactly what year, but I do know that they merged with the Cunard Line during the Great Depression. Nathan, get Rosie. Rosie's asleep. I don't want to bug her right now. She had a big day. Paxton, video idea. What if the Britannic sank and snapped in a V-break? You see, that'd be a tricky one to do. Because the V-break is just it's hard to kind of do those because it's such a different kind of scenario. You see, for the Britannic, for a ship to V-break, it'd have to break along a certain means. Does anybody know? So I don't know this. I know the Britannic could handle the first 6 compartments breached and still float. But what about other compartments? Could the Britannic handle 2 or 3 or 4 compartments breached? Like, let's say the Britannic was breached here, breached here, breached here, and breached here. So 4 compartments breached, but breached throughout the hull. because I know Titanic can only handle 2 compartments breached. So if she was breached here and here, Titanic could stay afloat. But like if 3 compartments were breached back here, Titanic would sink. Could Britannic handle a situation like that? Like if it had 2 or if it had 3 or 4 compartments breached throughout the ship? I don't know that. I'm very curious if anybody knows that. She probably could. White Canard, what happened to the Afghan staircase? No one really knows for sure, but I would imagine it had a similar fate to the front grand staircase, except that it kind of, when the, let's see, the Afghan staircase is really close to where the ship broke in 2. I would imagine it would have imploded in a similar manner to what happened to Titanic, even though it was post-breakup. Curtis, what was the name of your sister's channel again? Let me post that link again. Everybody here, we are trying to get my sister's channel over 1,000 subscribers. This is her channel. If you guys haven't, go check her out. She's so close to 1,000 subs. I haven't looked at it in a bit. Actually, let's do that real quick. Let's see where my sister's channel is. Let's see if she's gotten any more subscribers, because that would be like, you all would get me the best Big Brother award if we could get her over 1,000 subs tonight. 939. Oh, man, we're so close. All right, we're so close. Come on, guys. Help me be the best Big Brother tonight. Help me get my sister over 1,000 subs. I get the Big Brother of the Year award. Rob, $24.99. Thank you so much. I don't see a message, though. Well, thanks, Rob. That's amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. I just subbed. Awesome. Sub, Jesse. Awesome. Just subbed. She's going to be so confused. She's just going to see her subscribers go, woo. Brandon, $5. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? I love your videos. What started your fascination with Titanic? What is your memory of the first time hearing about Titanic? Oh, I just subscribed. We're so close, guys. We were so close. Let me see. Hang on. I'll answer your super chat in just a second. My sister is at, let me see, Rachel Pence. She's at 9:59. We are so close, guys. We are so close. My first memory with Titanic is actually the James Cameron movie. I walked into my grandparents' house. I think I was 6 when the movie came out. And essentially what happened was when I walked in and my grandparents had it on, and I actually remember the scene too. It was the scene where Lightoller was talking to Captain Smith, telling him that should we get women and children into the boats? And I remember her vividly. I asked my grandfather, what is that? And he said, it's Titanic. And I'm like, what's Titanic? And then that was it. What my parents told me that I was so into it back then, like when I was about 8 or 9, I would actually make my own little toy ships out of paper. Like I would draw the ship and then cut it out. And then I would use my grandparents. My parents had a dining room table that was one of those 3-piece ones that you slide together. And I would actually push the paper through the small crack in the table and make a sinking scenario. And I'd make all the sound effects. I'm sure it drove my parents crazy. Sorry, guys, if you're watching. But I was an imaginative little kid. But my last memory, I have one more memory from when I was little. It was my great-grandmother was born in 1909, I think, 1910. Anyway, when we were going to go see her, and I remember, I think I was like 10, and I asked my mom, does she know anything about the Titanic? And my mom was like, Sam, don't bug her about Titanic. She was 3 when it happened, so she doesn't know anything. I'm like, okay. I was interested in it even at that young age. The Gamer Slot Team, hello. Neff subbed. Awesome. The Silent Slender. Why did Lusitania sink fast and list? Because of the secondary explosion. Well, she got torpedoed and then the secondary explosion. And the big mystery is, what was that secondary explosion? So that's what killed the Lusitania. I'm kind of on the opinion that I think it had a bunch of weapons on board, but it could have also been a coal explosion or a coal dust explosion. I've heard that too. Jackal, the only ship I've been on was the book ship. It comes to my country every 5 years. I've never heard of that, Jackal. What is that? Inner History. Sam, I'm getting close to 30. I'm 4 away. Everybody check out Inner History's channel too. Was there a, hang on, did I miss a super chat? Oh, $1 super chat from To Hide the Pain. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed that. I'm really glad I have people helping me manage these super chats. I really wish YouTube would, you see, unless you guys send me a $5 super chat or more, and it doesn't post the question up above my screen so I can constantly see it. If it's anything less than 5, it just shoots past the chat, and unless I notice it, it just goes right past. So if I miss a load chat, that's why. I need to get some software or something that announces it, because I know some streamers have that. Whoa, 10 from ZB. Thank you. The Titanic film and 2005 War of the Worlds film. Yeah, I don't know either. Wait, what? The Titanic film and 2005 War of the Worlds, okay, is why I hate being on boats and ships. Honestly, I didn't have a question, so I wanted to show you a little support. Oh, thank you. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The War of the Worlds. Are you talking, ZB? I bet you're talking about that scene where that tripod thing like comes up out of the water and like just wrecks that ferry. Hang on. War of the Worlds tripod ferry. I bet that's what you're talking about. War of the Worlds. Yeah, the ferry attack. Yeah. Hang on. Is this what you're talking about, man? Because yeah, I completely agree. That would be that'd be a scary thing to see on if you were on a ferry. But that's a clip from that movie that I think he was talking about. Lights, please do a video on the Sultania. It's on my list. The Sultania is on my list. Hang on, Rachel. Let's check Rachel again. Rachel is at 973, guys. Rachel is at 973. She is so close. If any of you all are new here, we are trying to get my little sister over 1,000 subscribers. Here is her link. Here is the link. If you guys want to check out my sister's channel, we are so close. Alice Crawford, 973. Okay, come on, guys. We are so close to 1,000 subs. I can't believe we're already getting this far. She's going to be so thrilled already. Backyard Garage, I finally caught one of your streams. Thanks, man. Welcome back. Oh, Backyard Garage. I haven't seen you in a while. Backyard Garage. Hey, guys, Backyard Garage is actually the guy who did my first What If video on what if Titanic would have hit the iceberg dead on. That was him. Anyway, thanks, guys, and welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Faye, Halifax explosion. It's on the list. 2 Halifax explosions. We'll get to that. Alice Cover. Come on, everyone. Let's get her to 1,000. Where are we at? 973. Oh, my gosh. She's at 988. Oh, my gosh. We are so close, guys. We are so close. She's almost there. Oh, man. She's almost at 1,000. She's almost at 1,000. I just subbed your sister's channel. That's awesome. 988. Still watching. Just sub to her. Awesome. Wait, all right. How many more subs did we just get any more? 988, 988, 982. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is she actually going to hit 1,000? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You guys are incredible. I hope you all know that. Gail, 990. Is she watching? I don't know if she is. Maybe. I don't know if she is right now, but she might be. Cooper, the thinking of I'm not even talking about Titanic. I'm just watching my sister's channel. Sorry, guys, but this is a lot of fun. 997. Oh my gosh, 997. Oh, hold on. We just got a $10 super chat from Trevor. Thanks. I asked this earlier, but based on what if the Titanic hit the iceberg head on, you talked about the Britannic. Wait, I asked this earlier, but based on what if the Titanic hit the iceberg head on, you talked about the Britannic and how the Hawk hit. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I asked this earlier, but based on what if the Titanic hit the iceberg head on, you talked about the Britannic, okay? And how the Hawk hit the Britannic. Well, the Hawk hit the Olympic. What compartments flooded? If you're talking about the Olympic, not the Britannic, I believe it was the back 2 compartments. I'm not sure about that. I have to go look again. I'm sorry, man. I'm not really following your question. If the Hawk hit the Britannic? I'm not quite following your question. Anyway, thanks for the 10. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Inner Sam, let's see. Justin, hi again. Robert plays. She hit 1,000? She hit 1,000? Hang on. 1,000! Yes, everybody. She did it. You guys are amazing. My sister just hit 1,000. Awesome. I cannot believe it. She just jumped up from 870 to 1,000. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. You guys just made me the brother of the year. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. She just jumped up to 1,000. Oh man, I'm pumped. I am so pumped right now. Thank you guys. Oh man, I'm gonna talk to her as soon as hey Rachel, if you're on here, give us a shout out. If you're on the chat, like say hello in here. Awesome. I have no idea if she's here, but I haven't talked to her. She doesn't even know I'm doing this. So sweet, Jesse, sweet, Joseph, yay. Alfie, hello, Pen Prop, you're the best brother. Kevin, can you say hi? Hey, let's see. You won the Brother of the Year award. Woo! Man, hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. I cannot believe she just hit 1,000. I cannot believe she just hit 1,000. That's amazing. You guys rock. All of you guys rock. Cat R, smiley face. We are the champions. You know, I need to get some software in here so I can actually play music, but I'm sure YouTube would demonetize it or something. But I would love to play We Are the Champions right now. You know what? I can't say. We are the champions, my friend. Dun, 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 dun. All right, that's all. Good man, Sam. Thank you. She needs a big bro play button. Thanks. Popcorn Kids, hello. Can you do a video on the movie Titanic, please? I would love to do a movie review on Titanic. Yeah, I would love to do a movie review on Titanic, but YouTube would demonetize it really quick. I'm not sure how to properly handle that for movie reviews, even though it is fair use. So, Tyler, got to go bye. Have a good night, and thank you everybody so much for getting us there. All right, let's get back to Titanic. We got off the whole topic here. Paxton, I was the 1,000th subscriber. That's awesome. ZB 5, thank you. Congrats to your sis. Also, I know there's the HMS Carolina, but how many other World War I warships are still surviving in such good condition? You know, I don't really know that much about all the World War I ships. I'd have to research that a bit to actually find out something about World War I ships. Does anybody else have any ideas to what ZB's talking about? Because I'm not familiar with them off the top of my head. Trevor, $10. Thank you. I meant the Olympic. Just brain dead. Had a long day. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I subscribed to your sister. Knew she would hit 1,000. Thanks. Okay, you're talking about the Olympic. Let me see exactly what your last comment was. I asked this earlier, but based on what if the Titanic hit the iceberg head on, and you talked about the Britannia or the Olympic and how the Hawk hit the Olympus compartment. What compartments flooded? I know they were towards the back side of the ship. Does anybody know? I cannot remember which side of the Olympic the Hawk hit. It was the back part of the ship. I want to say starboard. Was it the starboard side that the Hawk hit on the Olympic? Because I would imagine it was probably the back two compartments close to where the engine room was. But as far as the exact location, I am not 100% certain. Let's see. What compartments flooded? Yeah, I know it was the back part of the ship. I think it was starboard. It was the starboard side. Yes. Okay. MX. Hi, Sam from the UK. If they had enough lifeboats, could the crew and officers launch them before it sank? No, I really do not think so. Because it took them an hour to even figure out that the ship was sinking. Drew, hey, Sam, I have a video idea. What is the video idea? Speed. Yes, it was starboard. Okay. I'm glad I have everybody here to double check me. How many years was the Titanic underwater? We're coming up on the 109-year anniversary of the Titanic. Ruby Lee, hi, I love your videos. Please, could you do a video on what if the stern section didn't sink after the bow went down? That's actually on my list. That will be coming up very soon. I'm wanting to cover the Estonia. The Estonia is going to be the next ship that I cover. The next video is going to be talking about the Olympic and Titanic switch theory. And then we're going to do the Estonia. And then after that, we'll figure it out. But I think I might do that next, is talk about the whole Britannic thing. Happy 109, Titanic. Yep. Hang on, I just got a message from one of the mods. Hang on, sorry guys, my computer is like being really, really slow right now. There was a, did I miss a super chat? Did I miss a super chat earlier? Somebody said I missed the super chat. ZB, I don't see any missed super chats, Georgia, but thanks for letting me know. 1050. Did I miss one? Oh, Chronic? No, I talked about that. Georgia, I don't see any of the missed super chats. If you know, let me know what they are. Millie, do a video on the Empress of Ireland. I am going to cover the Empress of Ireland. That's on my next. That's on the list too. Starboard side between compartments 5 and on the Olympic? Really? I thought it was further back than that, ROG. Ethan, what is your Discord link? It's in my community page. Team, I was just about to ask about the switch thing. That's going to be the next video. For those of you who don't know, YouTube didn't really push the video, but I did do a part 1. It's going to be a 2-part series. Part 2 is going to cover the switch theory, but I already made a part 1 video covering the whole Titanic conspiracies. So, Ruby Lee, come on, people, get him to 1,000 likes. Thanks. Charlie, video idea. What if the Titanic was put into service during World War One? You know, that would be a pretty good idea, but I think that would be better suited to talking about the Olympic slide because the Olympic was a ship. Well, no, the Olympic wasn't a hospital ship. It was a troop carrying ship. So, ZB and Trevor. I believe I got those, Georgia. I believe I already hit those super chats. Georgia, I know I got ZBs, but if you can send me, can you just message me the super chats? Message me what they said, and I'll double check them because it's hard for me to go back and look at them at this point. Nicholas, the Princess Sophia did sink on her way to Alaska. It struck between two rocks. I should cover it. Ah, okay, so that's what the Sophia did. Does anybody know the name? I believe it was off of the coast of the Alaska, but there was a ship that actually was it Alaska? There was a ship that got stuck in the ice, and then the crew abandoned it, and then when they came back, the ship was gone, and it spent 50 years drifting in the ocean. I forget what it was called, but oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Congrats, so ZB. Congrats for your sis. Also, I know there was the. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Apparently I missed two super chats. ZB, congrats to your sis. Also, I know there's the HMS Caroline. Okay, I covered that one, Z. I covered that one, Georgia. Trevor, I meant Olympic. Oh, I got both of those, Georgia. Thank you, though, but I got those chats already. Robert, do a video on the Andrea Doria. I do briefly mention the Andrea Doria in my video talking about if the Titanic would have struck an iceberg head on, but I am going to do a dedicated video about that one as well at some point. Let's see. Bart, you should do some videos on about some ghost ships. Ooh, like the Mary Celeste. Would you guys like a video on the Mary Celeste? Alex, a surviving woman battleship is the HMS Caroline. She fought in the Battle of Justland and is docked in Belfast. Okay, I will look into that. Drew, Sam, video idea. Can you do a video about Billy the Kid? Oh, the most famous gunslinger in the Old West. The old West. That might be interesting to cover cover the Old West thing. Okay, I'll look into that. I haven't really done that much research into the Old West, but let's see here. Happy, yes. Okay. Elizabeth, yeah, HMT stands for His Majesty Troop Ship, and HMHS is His Majesty Hospital Ship, and I believe that could also mean Her Majesty Hospital Ship for the Queen. I had no idea. What happened to the wood at the back of the stern? I imagine it just eroded over time. Actually, hey, curious question to everybody in the UK. You guys might know this. The Royal Yacht Britannia, did it have a designation where it was Titanic was RMS or SS, and hospital or troop ships or HMS or HMT, whatever. Did the Britannia, because it was built for the royal family, did it have a call sign like that? I don't know if call sign is the right word, but did it have its own HMY? Was that it? What does that mean? It was HMY, Britannia. Okay, what's the HMY stand for? Because I don't know that. I'd be really curious into knowing that. Okay, Popcorn. I'm sorry, but I have to go. Oh, okay, well have a good one, Popcorn. Thank you so much for being here. Connor, hey Sam, I may have been. Wait. Scott, what do you think of the idea of raising the Titanic from the bottom of the ocean so people can see it in the museum? I know a lot of people think it's a bad idea. I have a mixed opinion about that. If they shouldn't raise the Titanic, it's a tomb. Even if they could, I don't think they should. But I'm okay with them bringing up artifacts. I'm okay with them bringing up artifacts and stuff. Her Majesty Yacht. Ah, okay. ECC, what does RMS and SS mean? RMS is Royal Mail Ship, and SS is just steamship. 4160. Are you ever going to tell me what you're referring to? I've seen that pop up ever since my early days in YouTube. Are you ever going to explain that? Obi-Wan, let's see. Which was the first White Star Line ship to cross the Atlantic? Ooh, shoot. You're going way back in the White Star Line history. I'd have to check the original White Star Line. I actually don't know that. I know the Atlantic was the first White Star Line disaster. As far as the very first White Star Line ship to ever cross the Atlantic, I have no idea. 4160, you're the best. Are you ever going to tell me what you mean by that? I've asked you that before and no answer. You just keep asking that same question over and over and over. Chronic, thanks for the shout out earlier. I subbed to Rachel. Thanks, man. Oh, Rachel's going to be so happy. Everybody here, you guys rock. All right, everybody, we're coming up on 55 minutes. So I usually wrap up my live streams after about an hour. So we'll probably wrap it up in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. So just giving you all a heads up. Captain Alex, what about Lusitania's wood interior? Would you make a video on trying to recreate it? You see, I'm not a graphics designer, so you mean like take a look at pictures of the interior and like talking about rebuilding Olympics or the Lusitania's rooms? I'd have to look into that. I'd have to look into that. Joel, can we team up and collaborate? Just join the Discord, man. That's the best way to try to reach me these days. Lights upon a star, Costa Concordia video. It's on the list. It's on the list. And you cannot have a ocean liner channel right now and not talk about the Costa Concordia and that whole train wreck of a ship sinking. Inner history. Sam, is it okay if I post one of my videos links? Sure, go ahead. Sorry, guys, I have to shake this up every time it gets chocolate at the bottom. Jack, what's the Discord, Sam? Go to my community page. There's a link for the Discord. Captain Alex, yes, do the actual. Oh, I'd have to look into that because I'm not a graphics designer. I'd have to probably look for somebody to team up with on that video. Somebody who knows a little bit about recreating stuff. Sam, how did people on Britannia board the lifeboats? You know, they boarded them and then they lowered them. They lifted them up on those gantry davits and lowered them away. Other people, you know, just the Britannia did have similar gantries or davits, I mean, than as the Titanic. You see, all these lifeboats right here had the exact same davits that the Titanic had. It was these special ones that were gantry davits that operated like cranes. So most people got on them normally. NK, what's your favorite modern day ship? I really like the Disney ships, the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy. In case you didn't know, I was actually on board the Disney Dream when an accident happened. Tim, do you have the Ken Marshall Titanic calendar? I didn't even know you made a calendar, but I did make, I do have his book on the art of the Titanic. Popcorn, I'm back. Welcome back. Cairo, hi Sam, it's Cody from the UK. You should do a video on the Marconius disaster that sank on the River Thames. I've never heard of that. I will look into it. Thank you. Backyard Garage, what do you know about the, you typed Huntley. I'm assuming you mean the Hundley. The Hundley was a Civil War submarine used by the South. It was, as far as I know, now I know the Revolutionary War had some basic like barrel submarines, but as far as I know, the Hundley was the very first submarine to actually be used in real combat. It had a bunch of guys get inside this steel tube, and they propelled it by turning this crank, and that turned the propeller. And they tied a torpedo, like, say this is a submarine, they had a torpedo right here. So they would ram a ship, pull backwards, and then detonate. It was a pretty clever design for the 1800s. I should make a video about the Hundley. That would be a really good idea. Hundley's crazy. White Canard, do you prefer a Lusitania with black or red funnels? I actually never thought about it. I think I like this more because, you know, I think the mixed color paint scheme of the funnels looks good. My opinion, personally, as I think Titanic looks better than Britannic. Question, do they still have the same design as, wait, what? Popcorn, question, do they still have the same design as Titanic? No, they don't. They haven't designed ships like that anymore. Brian, what if the California rescued the Titanic? How would lifeboat regulations have changed? I actually don't know if they would have right away because there was another ship that went down a few years before the Titanic did called the Republic. And the Republic, it took it like, I think 12, 13 hours to sink, and it didn't have enough lifeboats on board. But they successfully lowered the boats and got them from the Republic to another ship, and they just went back and forth. So it worked out. If the California would have came over, they would have updated the regulations at some point, but I don't think Titanic would have been it. And I don't think Titanic would have been anywhere near as famous as it is today. Noodle, hey Sam, I have a question. What is the wheel on the stern of the RMS Titanic used for? Now, I could be wrong about this because honestly, I've never researched it. But the way I understand it, what he's talking about is on the back of the ship, they would have a wheel. And I believe it was how they would turn or steer the ship when they were docking and backing in. If I'm wrong about that, please tell me because I think that's what it was. It's just a way to steer the ship from the back. Am I right? Because I've never researched that. I'm kind of guessing on that one. I've never really thought about it, but I think I got that right. Graham, hello, Sam. Sorry I'm late. Well, I'm glad you made it. We're up the stream here in probably the next couple of minutes, but you made it. That's good. Sir Titanic, where's my cake? Hey, Sir Charles, have you watched the Titanic video made by Film Theory? I have not. Millie, what do you think made Titanic so infamous? I think just the whole story around it. It's just this biggest ship in the world, the most advanced piece of technology at the time. She was state of the art at the time, best ship in the world. And the wealthy elite, immigrants, everybody was on board. And, she just went down, I mean, it was just, and then she went down so slowly that all this stuff could happen. I think that's what made Titanic so infamous. I think I'm gonna let Rosie sleep tonight. She's sound asleep in the other room, so I don't want to wake her up tonight. I'll bring Rosie into the live stream next time. Sloth, have you ever considered working on board ships? Yes, I have. Lisa D, Sam, have you watched any of the videos on the survivors on YouTube? Yeah, there's been there's a really good survivor interviews. There's actually one from the 50s that was really interesting. Brian, I thought the aft wheel was for emergency backup. I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. I'm really curious about the whole wheel on the back of the ship. I always assumed it was for docking, but I've never researched it. Let's see. Huzzah! Can I have a shout out? Yes, you can. Everybody say hello to Huzzah. Huzzah! Let's see. MH370. That'll be an interesting video. Chronic, let Rosie sleep, lol. Yeah. Let's see. Idea for a video from the rare. Idea for a video. What if there was no lifeboats or collapsibles or wait? What if there was no lifeboats or collapsibles or emergency? Oh shoot! If there were no lifeboats on Titanic, it would have been a nightmare. Alex, remember Chronic's videos on there. Just post a link below, and then we'll go check that out. Hello, hello, hello. All right, everybody. I'm gonna look for one or two more questions, and then I'm gonna wrap up the stream for the evening. Let's see. Video idea, the SS and Andoria Star. I've heard of that. SS Andoria Star. I will look into that. Thank you. And I'm going to look for one last question, then I'm going to close out the stream for the evening, guys. Maybe two more questions. The cutting room floor. Lusitania versus Aquitania versus Mauritania. Oh, I'm going to go with Lusitania just because it's my favorite ship. ZGG, how many ship models do you have? Probably 10 if I had to think about it. All right, guys, come on. I want a Titanic question. Let's get a Titanic question. Jackal, do you think they should have stopped the Titanic? They did stop the Titanic. You might mean if they kept the Titanic moving for 10 minutes post-collision. But yeah, that didn't really make a big difference. Okay, this will be the last question from Millie. Hi, Millie. Welcome back. What is your favorite ship that didn't sink? That would be the Queen Mary. And the reason it's the Queen Mary is because I have my own personal connection to the ship, not directly, but the man who taught me violin, his name was John Lambros, and he was like a grandfather to me. I knew him for almost 10 years, and he passed away a few years ago. He was 96 years old. Anyway, he served as a troop. He was on that ship during the Second World War when she was a troop ship called the Grey Ghost. And I had the privilege to go out and see the ship last year, and I spent the night on board. And before you ask, no, I didn't see any ghosts. But yeah, so that is my favorite ship that did not sink, just because I have my own little history to it. And it's really cool to see an old ocean liner today. All right, everybody. Well, hey, we're going to wrap up the stream now. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. This was a ton of fun. And all the people who gave super chats this evening, thank you. You guys are awesome. And everybody here who helped my sister get over 1,000 subscribers, you guys are incredible. I cannot believe we did it because I think she was at, 860 before we did this push. So, guys, you all are incredible. All right, everybody. Well, hey, this time next week, 7 p.m. on Saturday will be the next live stream. We do one every week. So, everybody, just please stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm going to try to have a video out tomorrow, so I will see you all then. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much for being here. You guys stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everybody, and stay safe. See you around.